Whiskers was no ordinary cat. Oh, sure. He liked napping in sun puddles, batting at dust motes, dancing in the light, and the occasional bird watching. But what truly set Whiskers apart was his personality. See, Whiskers was a dreamer. He dreamed of salty breezes, faraway lands, and exciting adventures. Things most cats confined to a small village simply didn't dream about. One day, Whiskers' dreams took a dramatic turn. While lounging in his favorite sunbeam, Whiskers heard the roar of engines. A massive cargo plane touched down at the nearby airfield. From his spot on the ground, Whiskers saw a door open in the belly of the plane, and that's when inspiration struck. He would sneak inside that plane and see where it went. Whiskers had always disliked routine, so a trip to the unknown seemed just the ticket. With a wiggle of his fluffy posterior, Whiskers was off to the races, dodging chickens, leaping over streams and squeezing through hedges with an agility that belied his portly physique. He skidded to a halt outside the cargo door, which was still propped open. Taking a deep breath to steady his racing heart, Whiskers trotted into the cool, dark belly of the aircraft. There were boxers stacked high with what smelled like fragrant spices and bundles of brightly colored fabric. Perfect hiding spots, he thought, settling into a hollow space between two crates.
Before long, the plane rumbled back to life.
The familiar sensation of liftoff made Whiskers' twitch. Was he really doing this? Yes, he decided, snuggling deeper into his cozy den. This was going to be an adventure. The hours passed, and the rhythmic hum of the engine lulled Whiskers into a peaceful sleep. When he awoke, the sound of squawking birds and crashing waves jolted him to alertness. Curiosity piqued. Whiskers poked his head out of his crate to find himself in a wonderland of bright green foliage, sapphire blue sky, and glistening white sand. The cargo door was open and enticing, so Whiskers slipped out, stretched luxuriously, and padded toward the beckoning beach. "Well, hello there," drawled a friendly voice. Startled, Whiskers turned to find himself face to face with a kind-faced man in a floral shirt. "What's a handsome fella like you doing all the way over here?" The man, whose name was Keone, worked at the airport and had found Whiskers in his cargo hold. "You must have snuck in with the shipment from India," he said, scratching behind Whiskers' ears, which resulted in a loud rumbling like distant thunder. "Looks like you're all settled in now. How about I introduce you to some folks around here?" Keone led Whiskers to the nearby beachside cafe where a gaggle of tourists sipped fruity drinks beneath colorful umbrellas. The cafe was owned by Mrs. Tanaka, a woman with a sunny disposition and a weakness for cats. "Oh my!" she exclaimed upon seeing Whiskers. "Just look at you! A stowaway!" After receiving enthusiastic ear scratches from a couple of admirers, Whiskers was ready for an adventure. So, he sauntered off down the beach, eager to explore his tropical surroundings. And that's how Whiskers, the adventurous ginger cat with a heart full of wanderlust, arrived in Honolulu, Hawaii. What would this new island paradise have in store for him? Join us as we uncover the secrets of Honolulu and the unforgettable adventures that awaited Get ready for sun, surf, and maybe just a few shenanigans along the way. Let's dive right in. Whiskers spent his first day in Honolulu getting acquainted with the beach. Honolulu's Waikiki Beach is famous worldwide, and for good reason. It boasts soft, powdery sand and inviting turquoise waters. However, for a land-loving cat like Whiskers, the beach was a bit overwhelming.
As he padded closer to the water's edge, the crashing waves grew louder and more intimidating.
Startled, Whiskers jumped back, knocking over a beach umbrella in the process. Some giggling tourists helped him ride it, earning the grateful cat's adoration. By late afternoon, Whiskers had warmed up to his new The ocean's rhythm had become a soothing lullaby in the warm sand, a comforting blanket for his afternoon naps. On his second day in paradise, Whiskers decided to venture away from the beach. The vibrant streets of downtown Honolulu beckoned with a myriad of intriguing sights, sounds, and smells. First stop, Chinatown! Here, the narrow alleys between shops and restaurants were alive with activity. The air buzzed with the chatter of vendors, and the sizzle of woks on sizzling hot plates. Just when Whiskers was about to call it quits for the day, he stumbled upon an elderly woman named Mei Lin sitting on a low wall outside a bakery. Her gentle smile and soft hands made him instantly feel at ease. Over cups of fragrant jasmine tea, Mei Lin shared stories of her life in Honolulu, and Whiskers, in his own feline way, seemed to listen intently. On his third day, Whiskers felt the pull of the great outdoors. He joined a hiking group, setting out to conquer the famous Diamond Head crater. For Whiskers, the trek was more challenging than anticipated. The steep volcanic path tested his mettle, but his adventurous spirit kept him going. The panoramic view from the crater's summit took his breath away, quite literally. Stunned by the vastness of the Pacific Ocean stretching before him, Whiskers collapsed onto a nearby rock for a well-deserved rest. On his fourth day, Whiskers was feeling cultural. He hitched a ride on a tour bus to the Polynesian Cultural Center, where 1,000 years of Polynesian heritage comes to life through authentic villages, engaging shows, and traditional crafts. Throughout the center, Whiskers was a hit, with visitors and staff alike. At the Samoa village, he assisted a group of children in weaving a traditional fishing net, his paws surprisingly adept at the task.
Later, during the mesmerizing evening fire dance, Whiskers perched on a log, mesmerized by the rhythmic movements and hypnotic drum beats.
On his fifth day, Whiskers craved a change of pace. He took a day trip to the North Shore, famed for its giant waves and laid-back vibe. The drive along the coast was exhilarating, the salty wind whipping through his fur as he gazed out at the endless expanse of ocean.
The highlight was a visit to the Polynesian Cultural Center, where he marveled at the intricate details of the temples and enjoyed the serene beauty of the gardens.
On his sixth day, Whiskers had an unexpected adventure. A local resident, Captain Rodriguez, a helicopter pilot, couldn't resist the charm of the adventurous cat and offered him a ride. From above, Honolulu looked like a tropical dream. The clear waters glittered like scattered jewels, and the lush green mountains rose majestically in the distance. Captain Rodriguez even landed on a secluded beach for Whiskers to stretch his legs.
Marking another first for the intrepid feline, a beach accessible only by air.
And finally, on his seventh day, it was time for Whiskers to return home. Back on the familiar streets of his village, Whiskers was a changed cat. His eyes sparkled with the glow of 1,000 sunsets. His fur rippled with the whispers of the trade winds.
When asked about his journey, Whiskers would simply purr and nuzzle the hands of his admirers.
The tales of his adventures would become local legend, inspiring generations of young cats to follow their dreams. And that, dear friends, is the incredible story of the globe-trotting ginger cat who taught us all that adventure can be found anywhere, even in the unlikeliest of places. Now, it's time to hear from you. What was your favorite part of Whiskers' adventures? And what do you think you'll explore next? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this tale, please remember to like and share for more heartwarming adventures. Until next time, keep dreaming big, keep exploring the world, and always remember the aloha spirit. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.